Hello guys and welcome to VoloKin project. Today I'm going to do a quick review of another obscure phone, which is the Meizu Lucky 8. Now, I had nearly 200 Android phones in my lifetime, guys, and many more dumb phones, but I never had a Meizu. Essentially, if you don't know what Meizu is, it's kind of an upmarket Chinese brand, which every time I was trying to see something on eBay, for example, even secondhand, they were kind of more expensive that I wanted to pay for, and they've never been particularly interesting for me unless I saw this one. Check this out, guys. A very interesting device indeed. Came in October 2024. This is the box. Is very simple. There is not too many extras inside. Of course, the gel case and the charger over here, guys. But if we flip the box at the back over here, we can see that we have 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which I think is kind of the not exactly minimum, but baseline, of usable phone in 2025 and above. And the interesting thing is that it's running the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 chipset, which is amazing, guys. I'm going to talk about it a little bit after that in the review. But yeah, box aside, now let's have a look at the phone itself. Now I'm gonna start with the price of this device, guys. If you go to Gistop over here, you can actually buy this phone for 250 pounds, guys. I'm gonna put the link in the description down below. By the way, let me know if you have used a Meizu products before. Did you like them? What happened? Would you buy a new one? I'm just interested to know if I'm the only one who never used them so far, guys. But yeah, first we're gonna cover the security of this phone, which is face unlock and fingerprint reader. Face unlock, there is lift to wake. Face unlock is, very quick. It's not the fastest out there, but definitely good enough. And the same thing I would say is with the fingerprint reader, guys. It's not the fastest one out there, but it's at the right place and it's fairly quick, and it always reads your fingerprint no matter if it's dirty or not. I'm gonna take the gel case off now, and we're gonna have a look at the design of this phone, because this is one of the highlights of this phone, guys. By the way, if you know anything behind the name of this phone's Lucky 8, let me know. Am I missing something? It just sounds fancy, but maybe there's some hidden meaning that I don't understand. Please let me know if you know something more than me. Now, definitely the camera setup over here looks different than anything else, guys, and it looks very nice, I must admit. There's a huge glass over here. We have these ridges over here, fake leather back with the Meizu logo printed on top, so don't worry about it. It's not gonna fall off like on the Pixel phones or the Nexus 6. If you remember, on this side the phone is clean. There is nothing over here. At the bottom we have the microphone over here, and I'm not sure whether that's for the speakers or whatever. Over here we have the power button, the volume buttons as well, guys, and at the bottom we have the SIM card slot, and of course the bottom firing speaker. Now, in terms of audio, there is no 3.5mm jack, which is unfortunate, but I'm happy to report that the speaker quality is 50/50 over here, guys, and it is very nice. Is it the best that I've seen? No, but is it more than enough? Absolutely. You'll be very happy with the speaker quality, guys. Now, the sides are plastic, but to be honest with you, there is one huge benefit to that. The phone weighs only 200 grams, guys, which is pretty much unheard of for today's phones, considering this phone has 5,900 milliamp of battery, almost 6,000 milliamp of battery, guys. And why not? Let's get the battery life out of the way. If you're looking for a phone with great battery life, stop the video now, of course, after you see my screenshots with the battery life, and just go ahead and buy it, guys. When initially I set up my phone, I had 7.5, 8.5, 9 hours of screen on time, and I was like, oh, that's pretty impressive. After the latest update, from essentially just after New Year, guys, I have all my applications over here. Check this out. All of these folders are full of applications. Everything is running at the background. I'm getting sometimes 10, 10 and a half, even 13 hours of screen on time, guys, which is absolutely crazy. You can have a look at my screenshots over here. No other phone that I have comes close apart from the LG V60. By the way, I just realized that I've never published the LG V60 review. I have no idea why. I'm gonna push it this year at some point. Not that it matters anymore because they're not making phones, but regardless. Now, one downside to that is that the charger is just 33 watts, guys. What does that mean? Well, 15 minutes, 25%. After 45 minutes, you have about 70% and full charge hour and a half, guys, which is too much, which is just too much. On the positive side, you can definitely top up the phone to 50% and last the entire day. Plus, slow charging is good for the battery longevity. So if you're planning to use this phone 5+ years, man, you're gonna have a very good time and not too many battery degradation. Now, there are some fancy wallpapers of this phone over here, and I'm going to talk about the updates and the overall experience in the UI and the Fly Me operational system over here, of course Android, because there are some issues with it. It's not perfect, but definitely it is a daily driver material, guys. You can actually live with that. However, think about it. What does a flagship mean? In my terms, it at least back in the day was the screen, the battery life, well, not the battery life because usually flagships don't have a great battery life, but the screen, the OS essentially, and the camera experience, guys. And although you can live with the software, the screen is 6.78 AMOLED screen, and it's one of the brightest screen I have ever seen, probably the brightest. The automatic brightness is absolutely crazy, 6000 nits or something like that. There is no other phone with such a bright screen, guys. And the last thing is the cameras. Now, according to myself, that's my personal opinion, even if a phone doesn't have a flagship camera setup, the camera setup must be holiday approved, guys. Let me give you an example. I recently went on holiday last year, well, last summer. I had my Lenovo with me and I had my Lenovo Y700, Y70, something like that, the gaming phone. And just in case, I got a Pixel 6a with me. And I ended up taking some terrible photos with the Lenovo and some really nice photos with the Pixel A. And although the Pixel 6a is not exactly a flagship camera phone, it's definitely holiday approved, apart from its 8 megapixel front camera, which wasn't very good. It was good, but not good enough. Now, Meizu, for whatever strange reason, guys, they've put some weird Smart Sense 8 megapixel camera at the front. And let me tell you that, I'm gonna give you an example. If the lighting is good, you can get a decent looking photos. However, once you get inside, you try to take a picture of your boy and yeah, with your boy, and you end up with a photo like that, which is absolutely ridiculous, guys. We are talking about a camera with the quality of a 10-year-old phone over here, guys, which is absolutely unacceptable. And also the video quality, as you can see from this sample, is shocking. It's 1080p. It says it has stabilization, but clearly it doesn't, or it does such a poor job that it looks like it does not have a stabilization. Now, moving on to the back cameras, guys. Over here we have a 2 megapixel whatever useless camera there is, and 108 megapixel Samsung HM6 or something like that camera. And you can see that this phone is capable of taking some good photos. I'm going to put a few examples over here on the screen that you can see, but actually the strong point of this camera, guys, surprisingly, is the 2x magnification over here, guys. When you put the 2x magnification, you get focus straight away. And for example, if you want to shoot something quickly like that and put it on eBay, for example, to sell, this is a very good option, guys. However, overall, there is some noise on the camera, and unfortunately in the video we have 4K, we have acceptable stabilization, but the thing is, the audio quality is pretty bad. I've shot a few videos, by the way, on my channel with this phone, and after that, when I was about to render them, I'm like, mate, this sound is not good on this phone. But there's not much you can do about the sound quality, unfortunately, of this device. And essentially, guys, you know, the video, there's too much grain on it, and it is just not a good experience overall, which means that the camera is not holiday approved, guys. If you want to take some precious moments into a picture, holiday with your family, well, this phone, it is not good for that. And don't forget that it's brand new phone for 300 bucks, 250 pounds. It's never been a flagship, but I think they could have put some additional wide angle camera and at least 12 megapixel selfie, guys. But you know, keep that in mind. I've been super real with you guys over here. I've been always very strict about the camera setup. It could be fine for some people, but it's definitely not fine for me. Now, in terms of performance, this is one of the smoothest phones that I have ever had in my life, guys. The only smoother phone than this was, I think, the Oppo Find X7 that I recently reviewed on my channel with the latest MediaTek SoC. Now, Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 is a mid-range SoC. However, the screen resolution is high, is 1200 by 2800 or something like that. And even with this high screen resolution, 144 Hz, this performance is absolutely brilliant, guys. Check this out. The smoothest, I mean, check this out, guys. It is so smooth that it's unbelievable, actually. You cannot believe that this phone could be that smooth. Over here we have dark mode, which looks, well, like any other dark modes. I'm happy that, you know, Android is this stage that any phone has dark mode. Back in the day, you had to root, you had to do this and that, quite a few tweaks. Now we have dark mode. The only issue with the dark mode is if you turn dark mode on, if you install any new applications, it force applies dark mode on it, guys. Which means, let's open up Amazon, for example. Check this out, guys. It applies the dark mode over here, and wait a second, why it didn't apply the dark mode now? It's very, very weird, guys. It's very weird. I'm not sure why it didn't apply the dark mode. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's just a mess, guys. And for example, let me have a look at another application over here. For example, this one, it forced the dark mode, and sometimes if the text within the application is black by default, you cannot see the text, guys, which is not good. Another bug with the operational system is sometimes, let's say you're in Chrome and you're trying to watch a video, and you turn the phone like this and the video is black. So what you need to do is go back, put a full screen tick on the video, and then turn it like that, and then you can see the video, which is definitely a bug. I've never seen any other phone do that. The other thing that I don't like about this is the launcher, guys. It's very limited in terms of you know, functionality, and the thing is, you cannot get the old school, you know, swipe down and you get all of your application drawer over here. This is not possible with this launcher. All you can do is sort out your applications by folders, which I have never ever done in my life, guys. This is the first time, and to be honest with you, I don't particularly like it. So definitely you're gonna have to install Nova Launcher on this phone and do the setup your way, pretty much. Now, in terms of updates, it's running Android 14, and also there is no settings, you know, shortcut over here, which definitely pisses me off. You have to have the shortcut over here, guys. But let me have a look. Let me have a look. Where do we see about the update, guys? Carrier network. Just give me a second over here. Assistant service, universal. Where is the universal? Where is actually the? Let me see the OS version. Let me see, guys. What are we dealing with over here to begin with? My profile. Okay. Fly me. Is it Fly me? Is it Fly E? Is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. But nevertheless, Android 14, guys. Yes, Android 14. So we don't have Android 15 yet. Probably it's gonna get it. So even if it doesn't, the phone works good enough for now, apart from the launcher, of course. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the way this phone looks and the way it performs. Now, what about gaming, you might ask? Very quickly, I'm going to go into the games folder over here, guys, and I'm going to play Wreckfest. Now, if you play Call of Duty, it's going to run battery smooth, guys, but with heavier games like Wreckfest, it's a very weird game, by the way. You can play around with the settings. Some phones cannot handle Wreckfest at all, guys, and I'm very happy to report that this is not one of those phones. Actually, it is very playable, guys. I'm going to turn the sound off just to, you know, not have any issues with that. Let's just play anything over here, guys, just like that. I'm gonna start a random racetrack over here, just for you can see that the performance is actually not too bad, guys. Check this out. Especially with Android 13 and lower, this phone has a lot of stutters and this and that, but as you can see over here, the game is definitely playable. It's not the highest frame rate, it's not the highest, you know, graphical settings, but definitely the game is quite playable, and pretty much, since that's the only game that I'm used to play nowadays, every now and then, just for a few minutes, pretty much, it is definitely good enough, guys. So let me have a look at my actually notes for this review, guys, and to see if I have missed anything in terms of if you're wondering what my notes look like, is pretty much this much information that I need for a phone, and sometimes I've put down, you know, information like the exact ISO Samsung ISO HM6 over here, just to see, guys, just to remind myself what we're dealing with. But yeah, let me have a look. Okay, two more things that I missed. Gmail doesn't receive notifications, guys. No matter what I did, you can actually see an icon pop up over here that you have an email, and it disappears after that. And since I have quite a few Gmail accounts, I have to always go to the Gmail over here, guys, open it up manually and check my emails, which is a little bit annoying. And the other thing is Chrome doesn't work properly on this phone, guys. Sometimes I had two occasions that I actually had to reboot the phone because it was freezing with Chrome. Especially I have 80 plus tabs open over here, guys, from what you can see over here. But yeah, Chrome doesn't work properly, and to be honest with you, I've seen too many phones having issues with Chrome nowadays, and I'm seriously considering to change it to another launcher. Let me know in the comment section below, what other launcher are you actually using? Are there any good ones? And now, last but not least, before I announce my score in the VoloKin Spectrum scoring system, let's talk about accessories for this phone, guys. Now, they have a brand called Pander, whatever it's called. These are high quality original accessories for the Meizu, guys. There is a case. Check this out, guys. It is absolutely amazing. The quality of this case, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's snap this case on like this. Maybe we have to start from the bottom over here. Check this out. It is so tight that I can barely put it in, guys, but it is absolutely amazing. Have a look at that. This case is so funky. By the way, one more thing that I forgot to mention about the screen protector. Did you notice while watching the video that I actually have a tempered glass screen protector over here, guys? Let's see if the Xperia can focus properly, or maybe not. But guys, this is 100% as good as the screen itself. It's so smooth, it's so nice. This is actually the screen protector. There's a tray inside where you basically put the phone face down like that, and there is a pull tab over here at the bottom. You take out the cover of the screen protector, you just press like this, and boom, 100% like the regular screen experience over here, guys. I have never ever seen that any brand having such a high quality original screen protector. And the smell of this case, it smells like matches, guys. This is definitely some sort of recycled material or something like that. But if you have the chance, please buy yourself a screen protector and a case, guys. It is worth it no matter what's the price. So yeah, having a look at the VoloKin Spectrum scoring system, as I remember, I gave it 39 out of 50, which is very high, guys, which competes with a bunch of other more expensive phones, and the only low points are pretty much for the camera experience. if this phone had a proper camera, that would be my daily driver, since the battery life, it's crazy on this device, guys. However, the camera is not good enough for me, but if it's not an issue for you, this is definitely a keeper, guys. I can wholeheartedly recommend this device. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and thank you for my you know, old subscribers who keep supporting my channel. Guys, I'm gonna try to you know, get videos out every now and then. I'm busy with some other stuff in my life. I can't put a video out every week, but bear with me, the channel is not going anywhere. I'll continue making phone reviews, simply because this is my passion, and I'm still you know, repairing, fixing phones, and I've been a phone enthusiast for, well, let's say 20 years now, pretty much, or even more than that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching again, guys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Adios.